What's up, guys? My name is Charles Ahl. I'm 19 years old. I play soccer at Stetson University, and today I'm going to share my journey with Carell.
Summer, huh?
Yeah.
Finally to summer. How was your spring season, your spring semester?
Spring was good. We were off to a little bit of a rough start, but yeah, we did pretty good. We beat ECF 1-0. So
Oh yeah, how many games did you guys play for
we played a couple double headers, so I don't know if that counts as 2, but we played, I think, 6 total.
6.
So,
and it was like full 90-minute games, or it's just like...
Yeah, the double headers were 60-minute games, so we played 60 minutes and then another 60 against a new team.
Like right after?
Yeah, same place. Yeah, right after.
And what was... So you played UCF and you guys won?
Yeah, we beat them 1-0.
What did you guys play?
We played doubleheader, Daytona State, and I forgot the other team.
The other team.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started, can you tell the people who you are, real quick? So they know Charles.
Yeah, my name's Charles Ahl. I'm a sophomore now at Stetson. Play soccer there. Yeah, I'm local from Winter Park.
What's your Instagram?
Charles_Ahl.
Yeah. And I'm Carell Rosary. You could get my Instagram on Carell, the Island Guy, and the Football Loan Podcast on Instagram as well. So what's like the plans over the summer? What you been up to?
Just been chilling lately, hanging with some high school friends. Playing summer league for the Panthers, local team, MPSL, and then getting an internship started the end of this week.
Yeah,
should be good.
How does like NPSL work?
MPSL, it's like interesting. It's a lot of like college guys that are back in town. And yeah, it's just a bunch of local guys, like kids from Rollins. We have 4 or 5 from Stetson, a couple from Daytona State, and then a couple older guys. And it's good. It's just a good league. Keep the quality up over the summer.
Yeah,
it's good competition.
And who do you guys play against? Who do you guys?
We play against like 3 or 4. Or our conference is like 3 or 4 Miami teams. Then we got a team in Naples, and yeah, basically, and maybe a team up north in Florida.
Yeah, and who from Stetson is playing?
It's me, Gabby Toro, Kelvin Zink, and Steele.
Oh, Steele is there too.
Yeah, Steele's there too. Yeah.
And you said you have an internship coming up?
Yeah, I'm interning with my dad this summer.
What job is it?
He's an investment manager. So yeah, should be good.
What's that like?
I mean, I haven't started yet, so I don't know, but yeah, it should be fun.
So tell us more about starting off playing soccer from a young age. How was that?
It was good. My older brother actually played soccer before me, so he got me into it. And yeah, I just loved it ever since. Kept playing, just played youth clubs, and then joined. It wasn't called Orlando City at the time, but I joined when I was like 8 years old, and then I basically played there for 8 years.
Yeah,
probably a little bit more.
And you started playing soccer at 8 or way before that?
I started playing soccer at like 3 years old.
3.
Yeah.
And
young.
Your first organized club was with Orlando City?
Yeah, it used to be called CFU, and then it was called CFK, and then that merged to be Orlando City.
Really? How was it playing for CFU back before it was even Orlando City?
Yeah, our team was pretty good back when I was younger, and then we won State Cup a couple times, I think. And then yeah, we were balling, and then Orlando City, I think, bought us, or they started up as an MLS club. And then actually, I think the year before they were in USL. Yeah, and then they merged to be an MLS team, and then they started the academy. So then I just joined pre-academy, and then been in the academy for 5 years.
How old were you when you joined the pre-academy?
Probably 12, 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how was it playing for like a local travel team and playing for a pre-academy? How was that?
Yeah, it's a big difference like when you get into the pre-academy and like academy stage, because it's just a lot more funding from the club, and like you just get a lot of free stuff, shirts, cleats, stuff like that, but it's just more professional. Yeah.
And then what happened after pre-academy? What did you go
and then I played Orlando City Academy U14s, and then I played for 5 years straight, just moving up like the ranks basically.
And who did you play against?
We played against teams like all over, like U14s in my U17s year were just we were in the Florida League, so we played like Jacksonville, Kendall, Weston, all those teams, Inter Miami, Atlanta, and then when I got to my first year in the under 19s, we played they split the academy up into 2 separate groups. So basically all the MLS teams, like we only played MLS teams that year since we were in MLS academy.
Was that were you there when they did the MLS Next thing?
Yeah, that was my last year.
That was your last year?
Yeah, that was my second 19s year.
Was that the year you're talking about?
No, they had like a thing before MLS Next, and it was like, it was DA, but they just split it up. So all the academies that weren't MLS they played each other, and then all the teams that were MLS academies played each other. So like our league was like, it was a big distance, but like we had us, Inter Miami, Atlanta, Houston Dynamo, FC Dallas, and then we had I think DC United, and we had for some reason like Toronto FC and Montreal were in our group.
Wait,
So,
Canadian teams?
yeah.
Oh wow, how was that? Like, what is it? Can you tell the difference between playing, against some American teams,
Yeah, they play a little bit of a different style up there. A lot of the Canadians are huge, like they're big guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's about the same.
And then wow.
Yeah.
And then moving on from playing for how old were you when you were playing?
I started like academy when I was 14.
14.
Yeah.
And so what happened after that? So you said your last year you were playing with MLS. Or let's see the MLS next.
Yeah, under 19s. Yeah.
How was that?
That was good. We had a pretty good year. Yeah, it was fun. Scored a decent amount of goals. My teammate at Stetson, Gabby, also scored a couple goals.
Oh, so you and Gabby played together?
Yeah, we played together in the academy. Yeah.
So when did he join you, or were you guys playing together from the beginning?
We've been playing together since we were like 12 or 13, and then we just moved up the ranks together. Obviously, we've been on a couple different teams. Just that's like how academy works. Like sometimes it's just split up a little bit. But yeah, and then our last year together, we got back, and then yeah, I committed to Stetson before him, and then I told him to come, and he was like, yeah, I'm coming.
So you guys are the same age, right?
Yeah.
So how did you guys get split up? Like how do they even choose who?
Yeah, honestly, it's just hit or miss with that. Like sometimes it's a little bit politics, but like just I don't know. Sometimes you get unlucky. Like sometimes positions are stacked in certain kids. So, like they have 3 kids at right back. Then like the kid that's 4th at right back obviously doesn't make the team, but he could be a really good player. And like I've seen guys get cut that go to big schools like Wake Forest, Clemson. They get cut from the academy. It's a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. Yeah. It just depends. A lot of timing.
The 2 teams is like a team and a B team, or is like how?
Then if you get cut from the academy, then you go to ECNL, which is like just below academy.
Yeah.
So it's about
Yeah.
It's still a good level though.
My childhood team played ECNL.
Yeah, it's a a good level. Yeah.
Wow.
What team did you play on?
I played for Coral Springs Prime. It was Prime FC. It's like in Broward County.
Oh, okay.
Prime FC. My last year playing for them is when we had to like qualify for ECNL.
Yeah.
So we had to play against an Orlando City. We had to play against the Orlando City ECNL team, which was I think U19s.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And we won that game. So,
yeah. That's how it is.
But you guys, they were nice.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, but we managed to win. The shitty thing is that we win, and then the following year we don't get to play because we're too old.
Damn. Yeah.
So we're basically trying out like qualifying for the younger kids.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but Prime FC they're growing pretty good now. They have a UPSL 2 team.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So moving on, like how did Stetson hear of you?
I was just getting recruited by a couple schools like local when I was younger, like 15, 16. And then Emmett reached out to me actually. He was the assistant coach at the time, and then he became the head coach. And I kind of decided I want to stay close, like local for school. So I was really looking at Stetson or UCF to play soccer there. And then I just really liked the coaching staff at Stetson. And like I knew I was going to come in and try to play like a lot. That was my goal coming in freshman year. And they just had good guys on the team. Met a couple of them, and I knew a couple before. I knew Kelvin was there, Steele, and so I just decided to go there.
Oh, so you knew Steele was there before you came in?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So why did you choose to stay domestic?
I just kind of wanted to stay like in Florida because like I like the weather here. I don't really like the cold at all.
Yeah.
So it sucks. And it just helps with like scholarship wise, like staying in Florida. Yeah.
So how was your first year at Stetson, playing for the team?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we were off to a little bit of a rough start. We started like 0-5 maybe, and then we beat Embry-Riddle, and then we just caught fire. Went on and then after that we went to Tennessee. We scored game winner in OT to beat the number 19th team in the country, Lipscomb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was sick.
Oh, they were number 19 at the time?
Yeah, they were like 9-1 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was sick. And then we went on a 5 or 6 game win streak. Yeah. And then from there, we stayed like a little bit above 500. So, it was good.
And then went to playoffs.
Yeah, we went to playoffs in Tennessee because Lipscomb hosted because they were the number 1 seed in our conference.
Yeah.
And then, I think we were the 3rd or 4th seed. We played Liberty to start it off. We beat them 3-0. We lost to them in the season. So we lost 1-0 at home. And then we played in the playoffs, beat them 3-0. Killed them, honestly. Yeah. And then we went to play Lipscomb, and it was honestly a fight. Like, it was a battle at the beginning, first half. Like, it could go either way.
I saw it was 0-0 first half.
Yeah, it was 0-0. Yeah, it could have gone either way. And then they scored one, and then they scored another kind of lucky goal, and then it kind of just blew up from there.
I heard you guys were like, if you guys won, I can't remember if it was FGCU. If you guys had beat FGCU, you guys would have been number 1 seed, and then it'd have been at Stetson, the hosting at Stetson.
Yeah, if we had won our last game of the season against FGCU at FGCU, we would have won the ASUN, and then we would have hosted. So
damn, bro,
it sucks. Yeah.
How was it? Like, what happened during that game?
Yeah, the atmosphere of that game was crazy. There was a lot of people there, and their stadium's kind of sick. But like, we went down 1-0. They kind of got like a lucky counterattack goal early, and then Lewis Scattergood, who's our striker, he scored a volley from like top of the 18, nailed it in, tie at 1-1, and then they scored to go up 2-1 the very end of the game. So yeah, it sucked.
Oh no.
Yeah, and there was like there was another game, I think it was Lipscomb versus Central Arkansas or something, and they were playing, and we needed like a certain outcome for that game to happen, and that outcome ended up happening. So if we had won, then yeah, we would have secured the ASUN.
That would have been like crazy.
Yeah, it would have been sick. Yeah.
So how was the transition from playing for the academy in Orlando City to coming to playing for D1 college?
Yeah, it's a pretty big transition, to be honest. Just like in the academy, like everyone, like the coach real well, and then coming to college, like obviously knew the coach real well, but like didn't know a lot of the guys, so it was just kind of tough, like assimilating myself into the team. But like it was good. It's a little bit different style of play in college, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's a lot less like technical and more just physical, if that makes sense. So you got to adapt to that a little bit. But yeah, I think Stetson plays like a pretty good style of play, so I would say it's not as much physical as it is technical. So
and how was blending in with the players? Them being from different countries and different backgrounds.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, obviously I had kids from other countries in my academy teams, but coming to Stetson, coming to Stetson,
where?
I had a lot of South Americans.
Excellent.
So a lot of Brazilians, stuff like that. But yeah, coming in just like guys from England, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, like just a lot of guys, and we all speak a different language. So it's just sometimes at the beginning it's tough, but like once you get to know them, it's like really good. Now they're some of my best friends.
Yeah. So what are some challenges you faced? Let's move back. When you were playing for the academy, pre-academy.
Yeah.
What were some challenges and some difficulties with the pre-academy
that I faced?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was very small growing up, so I never really had like a physical stature. So it was rough sometimes when I'd go against bigger players when I was younger. So I just had to learn how to deal with my size, use my body well, and just like adapt, and just basically outsmart them, because like obviously I wasn't gonna win physically.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big challenge.
What are some techniques you learned?
Some techniques
to take on some of those.
Yeah, just gotta play quicker. Honestly, that's one of the biggest things. Like, just 1-2 touch, because if I hold on to the ball too long, I'm gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position do you play?
I play the 10, center attack mid, or center mid too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things you learned. What else did you face?
Academy. After my 14s year, we went to. After that goes to U17, so it's like a 3-year jump. And I actually didn't make the team that year because it was my first year in academy. And then the second year I didn't make the team, but they kept 2 players on the team. So I played on the 15s that year, which is like kind of in the middle. And yeah, so I played like kind of down. It was like my age group, but like I was like 2 months off the cutoff. But they let me and another kid play because I was a little too small at that age to like just play.
Yeah.
But they knew they saw the potential in me, so they kept me in the academy. And then I played really good that year, and then got back on the 17s the next year, which is my actual age group, because they do it by like birth year. So like it was the 17s year I kind of got like moved down was 2001 2002 year.
Yeah.
And I'm like October 2002. So everyone was like January 2001. So they were about like a year and 10 months older than me.
So they were looking more at your age.
Yeah.
When they're doing the cuts.
Yeah, and like also like I was just so small, and a lot of kids were like literally I was like 5'3" probably, and like not a lot of weight. Yeah. And there's these kids that were just like, I was like 14, about to turn 15. There were some 16-year-olds about to turn 17, and they were just massive kids. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really have much of a chance that year.
So did you ever have like coaches, just not trusting you just because of your size?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely happened. I mean, I saw it in recruiting a little bit for college-wise, just because college, they're trying to recruit bigger players, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I've always found a way to just deal with it and like just become my own player. I mean, there's like a ton of professionals that are small.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I also grew into my body a lot more, so I'm not as small as I was.
Yeah. And moving into U17, were there any other difficulties or challenges you faced?
Yeah, that year, I mean, it was just different. It's just every year you move up. I mean, the speed of play is just quicker. I mean, everyone's more technical.
Yep.
Everyone's faster, bigger, stronger. But I mean, honestly, ever since that year, I like did well and just started like almost every game. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. And then moving into where did you play U19 before you moved over to Stetson? Or?
Yeah, I played 2 years at U19.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah, the first year was the all MLS teams, so that was good. But it got cut short because of COVID towards the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that sucks. And then my senior year was good. Yeah.
So then, so you did your senior year. So U17 was cut short because of U19, right? Or
yeah, U19, my junior year of high school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you guys played the following year after COVID. Well, after COVID calmed down.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And how was your? So you never got to play for your high school, huh?
I did play for my high school, my senior year.
Oh, really? How was that?
That was good. We went to the state semifinals, but yeah, but I didn't get to play because I got injured. But
damn.
Yeah, I sprained my ankle pretty bad, so I was out for like 4 months.
Wasn't there a rule that DA players can't play high school soccer?
Yeah, there is. So that's why I didn't play like my 9th, 10th, 11th, or like my 8th grade year. So I couldn't play school soccer. And then my senior year, I was already committed, and so I talked to my academy coach and basically was like, so I basically just took like a break from the team, if that makes sense. And I played high school because I really wanted to play.
Yeah, just for the experience.
Yeah, and I was already committed to college, so I was like, I'm locked in. So I played high school. Played like the first 10, 12 games, scored a lot of goals, a lot of assists. Team was balling. And then I ended up spraining my ankle. And then, yeah, that was it for the high school season.
Walk us through the feeling when when you just found out, that you got an offer from Stetson.
Yeah, I talked to Emmett a lot. Like, we had texted and called like a couple times. And then, yeah, we called one day and like we were just talking about like if I was going to be a good fit there, if I was going to like the school and stuff like that. And Emmett's a really nice guy. Like, he's straightforward, so he was just giving me like the pros and cons to everything.
Yeah.
And to the other schools I was looking at, and yeah, he basically just offered me on the phone, and I was pretty excited. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was your parents' reaction to that?
Yeah, they were excited for me too. And yeah, I mean, at that point I hadn't committed. I was just like had the offer, and they were just excited for me. Like, all the hard work's paid off.
Were you like interested in like any other offers or?
Yeah, I was. I had an offer from UCF too, so
You had an offer from UCF?
Yeah, so I was just really looking at UCF or Stetson, just looking at like the pros and cons to each program. Like, obviously UCF's like a little bit of a bigger program, like quote unquote, like they get a little more funding and like they typically do better than us. But I mean, honestly, I just looked at Stetson. I saw we had a bright future. I really liked the coaching staff, and like one thing that really changed me was that like Stetson's coaching staff really like put the time to like call me, text me, reach out. Whereas UCF, like, they reached out to me, but not as much as Stetson.
Yeah.
And like I didn't want to go to UCF and have to redshirt, if that makes sense, because like playing college soccer, like training every day, weight room, stuff like that, and not playing is like, that's tough. Yeah.
And a lot of players, they pray or they wish for that dream of playing academy soccer. So what are some like challenges that people don't see, or the hardship that you guys face playing in the academy that people just don't see, people don't understand?
I mean, one thing I would say that I look back on in my senior year is just it's like so professional. Like, on away trips, like, since it's an MLS academy, I mean, they pay for everything. So it's like they pay for your flights, your hotel, your gear, your stuff, your cleats, your shoes. So you can't really like mess around. They have you on like strict diets. Like, you got to eat what they give you like for dinner and lunch and stuff like that on away trips. And like you can't really mess around in the hotels as much as you would for like a club team. So everything's just very professional. And like the goal is to like basically sign you for a homegrown contract. So that's why it is professional. But yeah, it's just like, and every game you play is just like a battle. Like it's not like it's still fun, but it's very professional. So it's just a lot of grinding and stuff like that.
And so I didn't know you guys like everything was paid for. I thought, wow.
Yeah, in the academy, MLS academy.
So how do you? So what? You just try out for one?
Yeah, I mean, you can try out. Yeah, but like I don't know if they really host open tryouts, if that makes sense. A lot of the players they get are usually like either the coach knows them or they come from the pre-academy, which is like before when you're too young to play academy.
Yeah.
Or they get like guys that transfer over from other academies, like come down from like we had a couple kids from Atlanta, other places like that.
And like, you know, when you play for those for those type of academies, how often are you at school, and how often are you like away from school?
I mean, I was honestly going to school like just a normal high school student, and I was still playing on the academy. But nowadays they're trying to change it to where I think you do like online school, and then you basically do the school at the academy. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of kids my junior year that were doing online school, and they were training in the mornings too. So they would do mornings and night.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I knew some of actually one of the guys who was on our high school team. He got called to play for Inter Miami. Yeah. When David Beckham came and everything. Yeah. And then he was like barely at school because he had to fly out every time. And then this is one girl in Naomi who played for who was going to Monarch, and then she was like playing D at the time. Yeah. And then they were always flying out, you know, and stuff like that. So I know like that's like one of the challenges you guys face because you guys are always away from school. Yeah. My 19th year, my junior year of high school, because we would just travel to like Texas for one game. So that'd be like 3 days off school. And then like just big tournaments like showcases or like GA Cup, like we'd be gone for like a week at a time. Yeah. So yeah, that was hard, but like just do your schoolwork, get ahead. And how was it balancing, you know, work and soccer? Yeah, it was school? Yeah, I mean it was kind of hard because I was traveling like 45 minutes to an hour to practice every day that year. Jeez. When we were training at Kissimmee at their new complex. So yeah, that was kind of rough, but I mean I just got through it, like did some homework in the car. I was carpooling with my friend Alejandro. He's from Atlanta. So, yeah, I mean, we just switch off every day. So it was good. Yeah. And how is it balancing work and school at a college now? Yeah, it's a little bit different. But the college does a good job of, like, especially Stetson does a good job of, like, keeping you in tune. So, like, they schedule practices around your class time, and it's good. You always go to class, which is good. You don't have to skip. And then I would say the only hard thing is like time management, just in general. Just getting your work done on time, not staying up too late, knowing you have practice the next day. Yeah. But I would say in season, it's pretty hard because like we're always traveling away trips. Like we have midweek games in like Georgia, so we're gone for 2 days, and then we travel somewhere else the weekend. So I was missing a couple days of school like every week, every other week. But like you just email your professors and get ahead. Yeah. So tell us, you know, about the day in the life of a college athlete. What do you do on a regular basis? Day in the life. I'll run you through basically an easy day in my life. Yeah. Wake up probably around 8:30. Go eat breakfast at Einstein's at Stetson. And then go to my 9 a.m. class, 9 to 9:50. Quick little 50-minute class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then go to practice at 10. We lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So get to the locker room like 10 minutes before because I have class, so I basically rush over there. Yeah, it sucks, but got to do it. Yeah. And then, lift from like 10 to 11, and then we train from 11 to like 1. And then after training, we go to lunch with the team, usually at Commons. And then if I got other classes, go to those. If not, just lay back, chill, get some homework done. And that's what, during the spring season? Yeah, that would is it different during the fall? What do you guys do during the fall? During the fall, we train a lot before we start playing, but once we start playing midweek games and conference games, then we really don't train. Like, we train every day, but, like, we're not out there for, like, 2 hours a day because mainly it's just, like, recovery days, if that makes sense, because a lot of guys are playing a lot of minutes. Just trying to keep the bodies healthy. And we don't lift as often, too, in this fall. So, yeah. And I looked at your guys' schedule because the schedule's out now, right? I don't know if it is. I haven't seen it. I know our ASUN schedule's out. Oh, the ASUN schedule. Yeah. Oh, it was the ASUN. I'm saying – I look at the ASUN schedule. I'm like, okay, is that all the games you guys played during this whole season? Yeah, no. So that's basically just our conference games. So those are like towards the middle and end of our year, and those are the ones that, I mean, they really count. But like the other ones don't count as much, only for our national ranking, I guess. But those would be like before the ASUN games. So that makes sense. I try to understand like how like all the structure of it works. How does that work? I don't. Basically, we play like 3 preseason games, just get us started. They don't really matter for anything, and then usually start the season off with like 4 or 5 or 6 games that just like they basically go towards our national ranking, if that makes sense. But they're non-conference, so it doesn't really go towards anything having to do with our conference, which is like for our conference tournament or to win the league. But yeah. So is it like a point system, like? What, like if you win, how does that work?
Yeah, so the games at the beginning don't really have, like, obviously you want to get 3 points, but, like, if you lose one, like, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. But when it comes to ASUN, yeah, it's basically just based on points. So I think the top 6 teams go through, and then I think it's 6 and 3 play each other, and then 4 and 5, and then the 1 and 2 seed get a bye, and then they play the winner.
They both get byes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is huge. That's why basically, like, you got to get 1 or 2, because if you get a bye, then you don't have to play on Friday, so you can just play Sunday, so you get to rest. So when we played Lipscomb, like, they hadn't played in like a week.
Man, and you guys played like the day before, didn't you?
Yeah, we played literally a night game on Friday, I think it was, and then we had to play a day game on Sunday. So basically, like 1.5 days in between.
Yeah.
So it's rough. Yeah, and we're all very sore. So yeah.
And how many teams is in the ASUN conference?
I think it's 9 right now, maybe 10, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Damn. And then after you guys go to play NCAA, well, is it the winner or the winner and a runner up?
It's just the winner of our conference tournament goes to the NCAAs, unless someone like gets an at-large bid, which is basically like if you're nationally ranked. But that's usually for bigger conferences, if that makes sense, because we're kind of a small conference.
Yeah.
So like if you're in the ACC and you don't win, then yeah, obviously. But yeah, usually just from the ASUN, it's just the team that wins the conference tournament.
And how do they, like, you know, check the rankings? Like, how do they rank a team?
Yeah, there's like, I think there's 2 or 3. I know there's like a AP top 25. So like that's just, I think it's voted on by like coaches, I think. And then there's also like a top drawer rankings. They do like they're separate. So like you can be ranked differently within like different ranking systems, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think some of it's based on coaches and people that watch the games. And then there's there's RPI rankings too, which are based on like, that's basically all like data analytics. So it's basically like, if it's just all based on the teams you play and what their record are and what's your record and like how much you beat them by. So yeah.
Is it like, you know, if you play against, like you said, the number 19th team, like against Lipscomb, and you win?
Yeah.
Does that boost your rankings some more?
Yeah, our RPI ranking like boosted like 40 places at that point. Yeah, like it just goes up a lot. But then obviously, like if you lose to a bad team, then you tank a lot. Yeah.
Do you know what the highest ranking Stetson's been?
Oof.
Or not really? Yeah.
No, I know. I think we started off rough, which is usually your good chance to get ranked. I think we were like 115. I honestly don't remember, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah.
So you guys played how many games in the fall season?
We probably played 20 maybe.
Games.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
And which game like stood out to you?
Definitely the Lipscomb game. Even though I didn't play a lot, I was coming off the bench that game. But that first win, away conference game, it was huge. Like that boosted our whole season. Yeah. And that was like the biggest win Stetson's had in a while.
Who's like your top 3 favorite players on the Stetson team?
My top 3 favorite or the top 3 best?
Both. Your favorite first.
My favorite players, I got to go with my roommate Gabby.
Oh yeah, Gabby.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. I'll go with my other freshman Nelson. And third, I got to go freshman BP too, Ben Peterson. Yeah, those are my 3 favorites. Yeah, I got to go with the freshman class. And then 3 best, in my opinion, from last season. That's a tough one. There's a lot of good players.
There's a lot of good players.
Yeah, I'd have to go with. Oh, that's tough.
Think about it. Take your time. You got time.
Yeah. I'd probably go with Alvaro at center back. He's one of our best players.
Yeah.
Probably Nelson and maybe Oliver.
Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver or Alo. Alo's pretty good.
Didn't he graduate?
Yeah, he graduated, yeah. But coming back, I'd probably give it to Alvaro, Nelson, and Alessandro.
Did you get to play with William?
Yeah, Will was really good too.
Yeah. Did you how is it playing? How is it being his teammate and playing with him? He seemed like a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, Will's really chill. A little bit of a language barrier in games sometimes, but yeah, it was good. I played alongside him at UNCG, so like he was playing the 6, I was playing the 8. Yeah, he's really good, really calm the ball, good defensively. I mean, really, there's nothing to say bad about him. Yeah. But yeah.
And then what? Are you like a starter or like a rotator for the team?
Last season, my freshman year, I was coming off the bench most of the games. I started like 7 games, I think. But yeah, but now now I think I should be starting, but
Yeah,
you never know.
That's
We'll see.
pretty good though. You know,
Yeah.
most freshmen when they come to play D1, they don't really get much playing time or any playing time at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. You get
Yeah.
some playing time,
Mhm.
starting 7 games. Wow.
Yeah.
You know. So what's your major?
Business administration right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you plan on doing with that? If
That is a great question. I honestly don't know yet, to be honest. I think I might change my major to finance.
yeah,
But I'm thinking about just doing something with, I might do accounting or financial stuff like that in the future. But to be honest, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm up for grabs with anything.
And
right
you
now.
you were telling me you want to change to finance.
Yeah,
Why
I
finance?
think so. I don't know. I think it's just more like focused rather than business administration, which is more of like a broad major. And yeah, I took a couple finance classes already, and I like them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like, what is some advice you would give to someone who's like playing, you know, for Orlando City or for like academies here that wants to make it pro or to make it to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make it pro, just definitely get into academy system. Work your way up, play good. I mean, if you play really good, you'll get noticed definitely. And I feel like now they're more likely to sign because like back then they weren't signing as many players, but now a lot of guys from the academy are getting homegrown contracts, which is good. But yeah, just work hard, ball out basically, and yeah. And if you're trying to go to college, like just reach out to college coaches, play good in showcases. I guess.
Get those highlight.
Get the highlight
clips.
reels. Yeah, stuff like that.
Because everyone was like telling me, you know, get your highlight clips, make your highlight clips, but I was never. So I came up here from the Caribbean to Lucia when I think after in 8th grade. I came up for high school, and I didn't really know anything about the United States system and how it is.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I wanted to move out of the U.S. to go to Europe and play like for academies or anything, and then I went to Germany. I played there twice.
Where'd you play in Germany?
We played in Munich.
Oh, okay, that's sick.
Munich. We played against some academies over there, and I played also in Berlin against some academies over there too. Because my freshman year, I tried out for my high school. I didn't make it because they didn't want like any players who didn't play at least travel.
Yeah.
I just came up here and I didn't know anything about travel. I didn't know anything about anything.
Yeah, it's not your fault. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't make it sophomore year. I didn't make it because I played for travel, but like I was still developing.
Yeah.
And then my sophomore year, Coach Freddie, which was my first coach, he told me about like this tryout where you could go and there's a guy named Coach Eddie who like takes talented players, players he picks to bring them to Germany and play against academies and get some scouts out there. So I got picked. I went over there, Berlin, and then I got called back to go in Munich. And in Munich, I got this like a scout from England. He reached out to me. Well, when I came back, and then Robbie Savage. He was like an ex player for Manchester United.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
He owns this Macclesfield FC.
Yeah.
So I got an offer to go over there.
Yeah.
But the thing was like school, like your school isn't paid for.
Yeah.
But the academy and everything is paid for. But you have to, and that's like a lot of money. And pounds is way more than US.
Yeah.
So I was dead set on that. I was like, nah, I don't want to make highlight reels. I don't want to stay here. So it's like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Then that fell through because financial reasons.
Yeah.
And then I had nothing else.
Yeah. True.
So make sure you do those highlight reels.
Yeah.
Highlight clips and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, FIFA 23.
Yeah.
The last FIFA, isn't it?
The last one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
They got EA Sports FC or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Why did they? What was the reason why they?
I don't know, honestly, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I know that they're changing it after this one.
And I think FIFA is gonna make their own FIFA 24, right? Something like that.
I think it's gonna be like 2 separate games now, to be honest. But yeah, it's gonna be weird.
That's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be filming you guys
Yeah.
in the fall season, so
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
be taking track of everything you guys do. So what's the goal for next season?
For the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, individually, first team ASUN, stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
But mainly as a team, which is what I'm focused on because obviously it's team sport.
Mhm.
Just gonna win the ASUN, win the conference, and then win the conference tournament.
Yeah.
Go to NCAA's, ball out. Yeah.
I think you guys can do it, bro.
Yeah, I
you
think
guys
we
have
can.
like such a talented group of players.
Yeah, we do. And last season we didn't have a lot of guys that had played college soccer before.
Exactly.
So we had a lot of first years or like freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got everyone back. So we have I think everyone but 3 players are returning. So
Yeah.
we should be chilling.
You guys, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there for the whole journey.
Yeah.
I want to see you guys make it, man.
We will.
Appreciate you coming on the podcast. You
Thank
know,
you
I
for
hope you have
having
like I hope you stay healthy.
Yeah.
Stay, you know, don't hurt yourself because
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
won't.
need you next season.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Thank you for inviting me.